How's it going, everyone? This is Will here.
And this is Matthew.
Hopefully everyone's doing well in this COVID fiasco. Everyone's staying safe. Welcome to the first episode of
The Tech Kingpins.
Today we're going to be talking about digital transformation.
What exactly is digital transformation?
Well, to put simply, digital transformation is the use of new, fast, basically emerging technologies in solving problems or enhancing the existing business process in various businesses. Whether it is in the regular day-to-day operation, in human resource, or in marketing, or sometimes in the product offering, as long as it's related to the business process and you're using some emerging technologies to solve these problems, it can be considered as a way of transforming a business digitally.
That's very good, but it sounds very theoretical. Can you think of any real-world examples where digital transformation is taking place within companies?
Yeah. So a very classic example, Facebook uses deep learning for their ads engine. They use deep learning to analyze pictures, their profile pictures, as well as text to help them develop their ads engine. And so is Amazon's recommendation engine. It leverages a lot of the big data technology based on the vast amount of data they collect from their user. Amazon is able to create a recommendation engine that accurately fulfill their customers' desire. And another example is Microsoft Azure. For instance, Microsoft Azure used to have this license-based business model where they sell the license of the software to their end user, and their end user would actually purchase the license and install the software kind of in an on-premise fashion. Ever since the rise of cloud computing, Microsoft has moved down to more of a cloud-based service offering, moving a lot of the what previously considered as the Microsoft Office suite onto the cloud. Since then, it has received tremendous amount of success. And since the Microsoft Azure has become more stable and popular in the enterprise industry, the sales for existing Microsoft software offering have also been increasing drastically as well.
A lot of the examples you talked about are very tech-based, but it's not just the tech companies, from what I understand, that are implementing digital transformation. For example, companies like IKEA are using things like IKEA Place, where they allow you to use augmented reality to actually shop.
Yeah, I mean, that's a very classic example, to be able to see the actual real effect of having a furniture there versus going to the shop, buying the product and install it in your home, and then know that it's something that doesn't really look well with other furniture or your layout of your home. That can save a tremendous amount of time for the end customer and hence enhance the overall user experience. Mm-hmm. Another example of the traditional industry adopting digital transformation and achieve tremendous amount of success is Domino Pizza. And Domino Pizza is a very, very amazing company in the sense that they optimize their spacing so that they allow their customer to just order pizza and be done with it right away, so that their company, they have a pipeline of customers who are waiting for pizza, order pizza, and just take the pizza home, as opposed to the traditional model of having the customer there and eat the pizza. But since the rise of technology, Domino Pizza pretty much shifted their business model to focus on digital sales and advertisement. They have an app that allow the users to order pizza very easily, and it's pretty much like an e-commerce company that happens to sell pizza. And obviously, because of their success, their stock value increased tremendously, and they're a prime example of successful case of a traditional industry adopting digital transformation and achieve great success from it.
Those are some great examples of how digital transformation can add great value to businesses. But are there some examples you can think of where maybe some companies have failed in trying to execute digital transformation, where it didn't really work out so well for them?
Yeah, I'd say GE had some bad experience in it. I mean, initially when GE started the digital transformation movement, it achieved tremendous amount of success in the sense that it increased the service margin and created some value for the business. But the overall value of them undergoing digital transformation by going through something like using Internet of Things and install sensors on their products didn't really pay off in the short term. So the investors are very negative about what has happened. So and due to that, their CEO left the company along with some of the senior executives. So that's one of the examples where just the time horizon didn't really work out for GE very well, because it's a publicly traded company, and when you make an investment like that, the investors tend to want to see some results at the end of that decision making, and after you undergo that process, they want to see significant amount of value add to your company that is very visible. It's better if it can even be shown on paper, meaning that like your book value of some sort increased drastically. But that wasn't the case for GE. So because of that, the digital transformation plan was basically forfeited. And another example was that Procter & Gamble, they wanted to become the most digital company on the planet in 2012, but they kind of ran into growth challenges in a difficult economy, which is kind of unfortunate because there's ups and downs in the economy. Sometimes it's out of your control, and also because they're targeting a relatively stable industry. I mean, it's labeled as consumer staples for a reason, right? Because of that, they kind of pivoted to a more targeted approach when it comes to digital transformation.
I think I also remember hearing about Ford. They were trying to implement digital transformation as well. But because they were trying to do that, they kind of stopped focusing on other aspects of the company, which led to major cost and quality issues in other aspects of their business as well.
Yeah, those are all examples of how digital transformation didn't really exactly work out very well for the company. Mostly, as you can see, mostly are large enterprises. So this can happen quite a lot in traditional industry.
What would you say are some of the lessons we've learned in digital transformation when it comes to how to succeed or why businesses fail in implementing it?
Yeah, I mean, as you can see, lots of the companies that undergo digital transformations were led by some of the experienced senior management and sometimes thought leaders in the industry. But for some reason, the companies were just not able to achieve great success when they undergo digital transformation. And I think a lot of that is not just the market volatility, not just the fact that there's no direct value, but also the industry readiness in terms of their end user or their customers are not really ready for this type of evolution. Like for example, Procter & Gamble, like we previously mentioned, had a lot of initiatives in 2012 and 13. A company like Procter & Gamble is very ahead of its time during their digital transformation push. But because they were too ahead of their time, a lot of their initiatives didn't pay off right away, or the market interest and market traction is not exactly there. But since they've targeted to particular use case of utilizing digital transformation for a particular area that can almost like see immediate return, they performed really, really well.
One thing that I think ties into the allocation of resources as well is the fact that their digital transformations aren't targeted. They lose sight of their company's core values just trying to digitally transform in every area. You want to have one end goal in mind.
Yeah, especially when it's tied towards the core value of your business. That way you can have a particular case that you can see the industry is ready for, and also keep it wired to the company's values.
And even today, right now, during this whole COVID-19 crisis, companies are undergoing digital transformation as we speak. Companies, just by adopting things like Zoom, Google Hangouts, Slack chat rooms. All of those things are being adapted by companies right now to help keep them productive while the workplace is changing.
What about your company? What's your story? Did your company adopt some of the emerging technology or transform digitally? Please let us know by leaving your comments below.
Don't forget to like the video. As Will said, leave a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe.
Or send us an email at info@fintelics.com. Otherwise, stay safe, everyone.